people. All right, so let's bring her in now. Good morning and welcome, Ms. Leeann Smart. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning.
Good to have you.
Thank
All
you.
right, so let's get straight into it. Just speak about, well, we get into next year's activities. However, we are leading up to and we are preparing, thereby having a little sort of competition among Tobago cooks and so on, as to choose the best. So let's go.
All right, so good morning, viewers. So the Caribbean Cuisine Showdown is scheduled to take place on May 30th and 31st, 2026. Right, so it's a major regional event that will bring Caribbean islands together to showcase cultural heritage, culinary talents, and creativity. So Tobago aims to be strongly represented and proudly showcased at this competition. So therefore, this is a call for Tobago participants, right? So it's an open invitation to culinary enthusiasts to step forward and represent Tobago, right? There's a registration fee of $200, and that is for the 30th of November. It's a preliminary event so that we can, once we have persons or participants coming in, they will bring selected food or dish, and we will judge that. And from that group, we'll choose 5 persons to go forward to the next challenge, which is on December 7th, right? And all of this will be taking place at the Sheppard Food Hub, right? So November 30th will be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's the time that we scheduled for, right? And teams must be registered and bring one signature dish that highlights Tobago's cuisine.
Very good. And just speak to us about the signature dishes that we are asking any of them to choose, whichever.
Well, so on the preliminary aspect of it, they will just be bringing their signature dish. However, for the 7th of December, we will create a menu with 5 different items or entrees. And the 5 groups that will be moving forward, they will have to choose one. So probably we could write it down in a basket. And the 5 groups that will be advancing into the next round, they will choose one of those items. And the item they will be preparing for the 7th of December for the mini culinary showdown.
Very good. All right. Let's talk about registration. How can folks register and where?
Right, so registration will be taking place on the 30th of November at the Sheppard Food
Same
Hall.
day?
The same day.
Right.
So you will come, right? So it's you will start putting your team together because for the 7th of December, you're supposed to have a team of 5 persons, right? And this same team, once you win, whoever win that competition on the 7th to represent Tobago, they will be advancing to represent Tobago in
Next year.
right? So you have to have a team of 5 members, right? So the registration fee will cover, it's a one-time payment. So once you're registered on the 30th, well, you're just bringing a signature dish. You're coming with it, and then the judges will be judging your item. So we're judging based on taste, creativity, culinary skill, and presentation.
Presentation. All right. So, people, it's happening at Sheppard Food Hub on the 30th of this month, November, next week.
Yes.
And
next
so
Sunday.
from 11,
From 10
10
a.m. to 2 p.m.
Very good.
However, on the 7th of December, we'll be there from 10 a.m. to about 9 p.m., give or take.
Very
right?
good.
That's the time that we've been given. So we can execute between 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. So on the 7th, we are asking for the groups that will be advancing on the 7th. They will be asked to bring certain things like the spices, seasoning, whatever twist they would put to their item. We, however, will provide like the meat and 1 or 2 of the basic ingredients that they will need, right? So we will provide that, right? And we are also asking if they can also bring, like, if you have crackers and pots and bowls and these things to help you out, right? We would rent the venue. So it'll be at the Sheppard Food Hub, and in the hub have these little cubicles. Each team will be given one of these cubicles. In the cubicles, they have sink, running water, all these things to help with that. We'll also provide the tables, right? So the only thing that we are asking for the groups to bring with them is like the spices or the seasonings, right? Because everybody will have their own twists and how they, season their food, and it's a competition. So you want to bring your best,
Bring your best. Bring your best.
Bring your best.
All right. So let's welcome Dr. Stephen Sheppard. Good morning and welcome, sir.
Hi, good morning, Brother Dean. Good morning, Leeann.
All right. I'm hearing you, but however, we get the monitor downstairs up. All right. So let's talk. Of course, Ms. Leeann Smart would have shared with us. But how important is an event such as this leading up to next year, May the 30th and the 31st? On the 30th of November, there is the tasting where we'll select who will represent us after the 7th of December when they do their actual showdown at the food house. Let's speak to the importance of an event. And of course, it's geared towards raising whatever support we can give to our friends in Jamaica.
Well, it's extremely important because in May next year, there's going to be a Caribbean competition. So Tobago wants to present its best, and of course, Trinidad will want to present its best. And I imagine each island and territory will be going through a similar process to present their best chefs. So this event happening on the 30th and the 7th are extremely important to Tobago because you want to have the best of Tobago being showcased. And by the way, the 5 initial food choices on the 30th will be crab and dumpling, yalla, cocoa callaloo and stewfish, Jira pork, and curry conch and provision. So the people on the 30th will be asked to choose one of those 5. And then the best 5 move forward to the 7th, and we on site on that day.
All right, Dr. Sheppard, right. So so this event, and let's speak to the public and we need the support of the public. That will go towards all that they can bring, the canned foods and whatever that, and so as a Caribbean neighbor, that we had anticipated that we would have gotten a contingent from Jamaica. However, we may have to source the Jamaicans who live here. But let's speak about that drive that is important, that people come out with their contributions.
Yeah, but in 1963, Tobago was hit really hard by Hurricane Flora. They have to remember it, remember the experience, and weather forecasting at that time was not as good as it is now. So after Tobago was hit, houses blown down, people died. Then the news came, Tobago, be ready, Hurricane Flora is coming. Now, 2025 is Jamaica's turn, the worst hurricane of the century, and the western part of Jamaica was severely hit. And as a Caribbean people, we like to repeat Black Stallion. We know we are a Caribbean country. One of our brothers and sisters are in some trouble right now. Let us get it to help. Because in 1963, the country was. So let us do our turn. Every little bit helps. So on the 30th and on the 7th of December, we're asking people who are coming to walk with canned food items that will be collected and sent to Jamaica to help in the relief effort. And that will be Tobago's contribution, as Brathwaite said. We may not have someone coming from Jamaica or a team to represent, although the entire Jamaica didn't go down, but still it's difficult, extremely difficult. And let us do Tobago, let us do our part. And we have many Jamaicans living in Tobago, and I happen to know that Jamaicans actually love Tobago more than they love Trinidad. So let's come out on the 30th of November and the 7th of December with our canned food items to donate to the effort in Jamaica.
Excellent. Yeah. All right. So, Ms. Smart, clearly, of course, Dr. Sheppard just gave all the necessary endorsement and support. All right. So, just to go over what the public, and this is open to the public, wherever part of Tobago you're from, you can be part of this if you feel you could cook. Yeah. Come out, register. Registration is on the same day. Only $200, 5 people per team. So you could come as many as you can, Charlottesville, Castara, wherever part of Tobago. Yeah.
One other thing you wanted to know that on the 30th is just the culinary aspect. So you just work with a dish. However, on the 7th of December, that's where your team's supposed to be there with you, right? And remember, The team will comprise of the head chef or the cook, a junior chef, a person who could do like a little bartendering or mixology, right, and 2 prep staff, right? So they will be on the 7th, right? So the 30th, you just come into a dish, make sure it's presented nicely and tasting good and everything, and we will judge that. On the 7th, however, the judging criteria will be culinary skills, taste, creativity, originality. So even though you're bringing Tobago cuisine, we want you to put a little twist, put something nice to make it, stand out, right? And with presentation as well. And for the person who will be mixing their drinks, they will bring their stuff, because these are just samples, right, to advance you into the program next year. So you'll be judged like the bartenders, mixologists, whatever. They will be judged based on taste, smoothness, right, creativity, presentation, right. So for example, you have to make it, rootsy with the drink. So you have like a susuma punch, you understand? Or a dasheen punch, something that represents Tobago.
Excellent.
You understand? So they will be coming with that, right? So the canned foods and stuff, we want persons to bring in that on the 7th.
All right. Just for those who would want to call, call anyone from the organization, numbers.
Right, so you can call 380-2657.
380-2657. All right, and 280-265.
380.
380, right, 2657. All right, and of course you can call 391-9038. That's my personal number, and of course we'll give you whatever information. However, registration is on the 30th at the Food Hub from 11.
Yes, from 10.
From 10.
Yes.
All right, so you come down there, register, bring your food, prepare your meal at home, make sure it's tasting nice. Come do a good presentation, and of course convince the judges that you're worthy to move on to the 7th. That is where you actually will be cooking on this spot.
And that on the 7th now, one team will obviously win, and that team will advance.
Very good.
Right?
Dr. Sheppard, you would have been responsible at the HTI at Mount St. George, and you know about culinary skills. Let's talk to how important, or how are you impressed with presentation? How important it is for people who would want to offer themselves to do an excellent presentation? What advice would you give for, let's say, an ordinary fellow listening now and want to be part of? What do you advise? What would be your advice?
Well, it starts with the selection of ingredients. Then the food preparation is key. Of course, in all this, sanitary procedures are important. Cooking is, fairly standard, but the presentation, how it looks, is a big part before you taste it. Because if it is not looking good, some people will not eat it, it will not be natural. So, yes, it might be tasting good, but it's not looking good. So it must be artistic, some flair, some beauty in how it looks, and it will be attractive, and actually that might add to the taste quality.
Tobago can boast of its local cuisine. What would have impacted or impressed you, given under your stewardship at the HTI, given the local cuisine that we have? You have invited me there to dinner, and I had tasted some stuff that I wouldn't believe that could be done here. But let's talk about, sometimes we take these things for granted, but we have so much that we can offer the world. Let's speak to some of the cuisines that Tobago is known for and can do and can present quite well.
Well, before you do that, most of the recipes we get from cookbooks are foreign, and they have foreign ingredients, and they cannot be found in Trinidad or even the Caribbean. And the chefs at THC at the time had actually prepared a book using those same recipes with local ingredients. Because we've been brought to think that everything foreign is better. But the food in Tobago is extremely good. The raw ingredients are extremely good. In fact, in Trinidad, from Tobago has a higher brand value than locally grown stuff. So let us use our local produce and develop them in creative ways, and we will produce world-winning cuisine. And as you experienced, Brother Lee, much of what you ate at dinner at THTI, they were from Tobago. There were a few, some of the meats may have been from Trinidad, but if you use our local ingredients, the taste is different. If you look at a melon from Tobago compared to a melon from any other Caribbean island, the melon in Tobago has a deeper red. Julie mango has a special taste. So let us focus on our local produce, and we will do well.
All right. Okay, so as we get ready to wrap, I'll close with you, Ms. Smart. Just to remind folks, registration CMD, just give us the all.
All right, so registration is on the 30th of November, which is next Sunday from 10 a.m., right? So you'll be registering, it's a one-time payment. So for the groups that will be advancing until the 7th of December, they don't have to register again because they've already been, registered. And come.
You bring your meal.
Bring your dish and come.
Bring your dish. You have to prepare a dish at home. Bring it, as you heard Dr. Sheppard. Make sure it tastes good. Make sure you do a good presentation, and maybe you get the nod. Depends on the quality.
5 teams will should be advancing into the next round on the 7th of December, and that's where you'll be cooking on the spot.
Very good.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for that. Dr. Sheppard, in closing, as we go, what do you want to say to the public?
Well, Tobago, this is a unique event. It's going to put Tobago on the culinary map of the world. As you know, there have been global foodies who visit, and they've started the process. Tobago has unique cuisine that started many, many years ago. You know the legendary sweet ham. There are local dishes are not even aware of, especially the youngsters. So let's remember what our grandmothers or great-great-grandmothers did. Try to revive some of those old recipes, bring them to life, present them in a modern manner, make them look good, make them taste good, and let us start the process of eating what we grew and made for ourselves, and we will keep the funds in Tobago and in Trinidad and Tobago, and that is one way of really getting our economy going, because that is exactly what is important. We really do not want to depend too much on the imported materials, imported foods without calling their names. But if we make our local food stuff as popular as the brand name imported food, or even more popular, and we consume more of it, we will do well. So, Tobago, all is in your court.
Dr. Stephen Sheppard there, and of course, Ms. Leeann Smart, Mrs. Leeann Smart. And we want to thank you both for being here. Bagel Beats as we come out and we give support. Yes? Thank you again. Thank you, Dr. Sheppard.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, Brother Lee.